Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is Friday, May 26th. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your show's host. And we're going to have a very entertaining session to begin with, at least. We're going to have with us John Hammer and Walt Spindler. We'll be talking about Smokin and Steele, a barbecue and blues festival coming forward here in early June. And then we'll take a trip to the Owatonna Public Library for summer reads with Bonnie Krueger. As usual on Friday, we like to highlight our sponsors. Our premier sponsors are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, and Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. And our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Carlston Branstead and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, Steele County Historical Society, and Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Triumph Graphics, and TPS Insurance. We hope you support these fine sponsors and let them know that you've seen their name on Owatonna Today as you tune in. We continue because of their sponsorship. And always, if you have knowledge of someone who you think would be a good sponsor, let us know. Give Leanne Alt, our show's producer, a call at 390-5751. And now we're going to take just a bit for some of those sponsor messages, and then we'll be right back with Walt and John. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hi, this is Nick Paler from Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. Come see our wide variety of plants. Proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and a hearty welcome to John Hammer and Walt Spindler. This is going to be they're going to be tough to handle, these two.
Our reputation precedes us. We'll try to behave, Pete.
I hope so. I like doing this. I don't want to get fired just because of you two.
Wouldn't be the worst thing that happens in your life.
Okay. Well, anyway, what the guys are here for is to talk about Smokin and Steele, the barbecue and blues fest, and other things that happen along with that coming up here shortly. And so welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, Pete. How you doing?
Well, we're doing okay so far, so good.
Good morning, people of Owatonna.
Yes, indeed. That's right. You know, John is a promoter, and so again, we're just going to have to, John, easy does it, buddy. Easy does it. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the history of Smokin and Steele. John, you've been, I guess, and Walt perhaps as well, from the very beginning, 10 years ago now, eh?
Well, actually, Walt started ahead of me. He's the one that actually came up with the name. We were just talking about that this morning.
We've been this is our 10th year, and preceding that, the event was started by one of the Knights of Columbus members, and it was called Spring into Summerfest. It was a music event, and with a carnival out there and festivities in the beer garden and so on, and but that evolved. They gave up on that and gave it over totally to the Knights of Columbus, and we took the same initials, SIS, into Smokin and Steele, and it's been that now for our 10th year.
Yeah.
And a couple years after that, we enlisted John's assistance in lining up the music and so on, and that was one of the greatest changes that we made in the event.
See, and John, of course, you're kind of a big man on campus when it comes to blues, aren't you? A blues Hall of Famer?
I guess I have received the accolades of my contemporaries, as it were. But I publish Blue Monday Monthly, have for 14 years, and I have a show on cows called Hammered by the Blues for 11 years. So, yeah, the music comes natural to me. It's a labor of love, and getting involved with the Knights of Columbus, Council 945, to put on this event was really, really something near and dear to my heart. My father always taught me that it was important to give back to the community, and when you're doing something you enjoy as well as the love of giving something back to the community, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And with respect to the blues music and the performers that come, we're not talking about, some garage bands here, are we?
No. We have Grammy winners and multiple award winners. We kick things off with Sean Murphy on Friday night, who is the voice of Little Feat for 16 years and has been singing and still travels with Bob Seger for the last 33 years. So she is a huge deal. She's, I think 11 times Grammy nominated. She's won a couple of Grammys, and we're just thrilled to have her kicking things off on Friday night.
Yeah. You find these folks because of personal connection, or is it networking? How do you arrive at who's on the playlist, so to say?
Well, after 14 years of publishing a magazine, and previously I was in the shopping center industry, so I traveled a lot and got to meet people clear across the country. And so it was friendships that were developed, and I pray on them to get involved with this great charitable event, and they all come up for a lot less money than they're used to getting paid.
Oh, nice. Walt, along with blues, then we have barbecue, and there's a variety of examples of what that means with respect to Smokin and Steele.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. The competitors compete in 4 events. Basically, the main events, they have beef, pork, ribs, and chicken. And they do some wonderful things with all of those meats. I'm a certified judge, and so I get to judge it. And one of the sayings in the
Excuse me a
KCBS...
second. In order to judge, do you have to taste?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
No, you don't have to swallow.
Right. But in your case, I think we've established that there's a lot of swallowing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there certainly is. And, some people, like when you're tasting chicken, they say, I know you don't like the skin, but at least taste it, and you can spit it out, from my health standpoint. But what they do with the meat is just incredible. And one of the sayings they have is, the worst meat you will get here is better than anything you ever get at a restaurant. And truly, it typically is. So, and those foods are available through some very good vendors. They're award-winning vendors at the event. 3 or 4 of them will be cooking. I want to bring this up, too, for our Thursday night VIP dinner. And so it takes a little bit of a donation, $100 a person. It's called a team sponsorship, and but it gets you into the VIP dinner where you get each of those 4 meats exquisitely prepared by an award-winning vendor, and it's really a super meal, and it's a barbecue meal. It isn't. It's got beans and coleslaw, I think.
Yeah, all the fixins.
All the fixins.
All the fixins of a real barbecue, and it's a super deal. It's Thursday night, June 1st.
Okay. Talk about, there's this event too called Kids Q, or something like that, where the young people can get involved.
Oh, absolutely. On Friday night, we enjoin kids 7 to 15, I believe. We have 2 categories. We break it out so the younger kids aren't competing with the older kids. We provide the grills, we provide the meat, we provide the charcoal, and we provide mentors to help them hone their skills, and they're actually judged. Each kid's participant gets a T-shirt, a commemorative T-shirt, and it's great fun. It's kind of grown over the years as well. We do it, obviously, we are at the mercy of weather. We've had a little rain in the past, but all in all, we found the best place to hold this is underneath the overhang just outside the beer garden, and that's worked out really well. The only thing we had to get over was a couple of grill side parents that wanted to do the work for the kids. So that's when we brought in the mentors to provide some educational assistance and let the kids get in there and do it themselves.
Sure. So, Walt, how many teams are you expecting to
We're
compete?
anticipating nearly 50 teams this year again. Yep.
Right. And they pay to come into this. I mean, this is not something where they just walk in and...
Oh, no, they're
right?
sign up ahead of time. I'm in charge of taking their reservations and so on. and they're coming from as far away as Kansas City, and some from Iowa, many from Iowa, and Wisconsin.
Sure.
Should mention also that we have the other competition Saturday morning, the backyard competition. We have about 15 teams, local teams that don't do the extensive barbecue, but they are providing, and it's a judging by, what do you call it? Public taste, yeah. So you get to vote. All the money that's you vote by putting money in their jar. And all that money goes directly to our main main beneficiary, which is Special Olympics Owatonna.
And we need to mention that as well. Exactly, right.
And last year, we're just going to say we gave a big check, $9,000 to Special Olympics Owatonna.
Cool.
And we also provide support for other organizations as well.
Sure. Ancillary to the barbecue and blues is that there are a couple of other active events that happen. You've got a 5K
Oh,
run.
absolutely.
Yeah? We want to talk about that.
Our major sponsor, Gopher Sports, has picked up the sponsorship on our 5K run. This usually fields about 110, 120 runners out there. God bless those folks that can run that far. I know I can't. If my couch was involved, I could probably participate, but I don't think that's going to happen. Along with that, of course, you've graciously, for the last, this will be our third year, for the family bike cruise.
Right.
And this is smartly put together in a way that allows people of all skill levels to participate. Sure. We have the little bit shorter ride for those that probably haven't cut the dust off their bikes yet, and then for the ones who are well-oiled machines, we got them all over the county.
Yeah, so. We do. It's good. It's good, and it's a draw to get people onto the site, you know. And once they're finished running and or biking, it's off to the food, you know, and the.
All the participants in those events are provided a wristband for the weekend, and again, the way we structured this entire event. It's not just about barbecue, it's not just about the blues, it's about events for the whole family. Right. We include a hot rod show where we have 8 different categories. Folks, if you have a neighbor with a hot rod that they polish up every weekend, tell them to bring it on out. They could possibly win a trophy. The first 30 people get a dash plaque to commemorate their participation in the event. We're still into participation awards. It might not be politically correct, but we thank people for getting involved. Right. We have an antique tractor show. Well, this is stuff when I was a kid, my grandfather had a John Deere dealership. And the thing I had the most fun doing was climbing all over those tractors.
Exactly.
And we also have a competition semi-cab show. Who knew that these people decorated their vehicles like like a Christmas tree, and they come on out and the kids get to see those as well.
And Walt, show the poster in the time that we've got left, so that they're always so well done, colorful, and.
Oops, we're going to get a close up here.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, we're just going to say is that there's so much for everybody. You know, there's
beautiful artwork.
Good.
And you'll find us at smokinandsteele.com on the internet, as well as we have a Facebook, Smokin' and Steele Facebook as well. And so come on, this is our list of 10 great bands that we have for the event.
Sure.
And
what's the cost for admittance?
Now, for the entire weekend, it's $10, and that's just for the music. Most of our events are free and open to the public. But the admission to the beer garden, both days will cost you $10, period. You get in both days. If you only want to come one day, well, it's still $10, folks, because this is a charitable event, and we are trying to raise funds for Special Olympics and other local charities. Every dollar we raise here stays in our community.
Cool. Very well. And we will all look forward to that. And thank you guys for being here. Did a wonderful job, as I knew you would. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the second, third, and
there's
welcome.
a pancake breakfast on Sunday morning at the beer garden. That's
Wonderful.
a unique event.
You get the whole weekend
And
there.
we didn't get Pete fired, so it's a grand day.
We don't know that yet. Well, thank you for being with us. Thanks to John and Walt for being with us. And we're now going to take a time for some of our messages, and then we will come back with Bonnie Krueger from Owatonna Public Library, who will be on location. Please stay tuned.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to Transitional Housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We are here at the Owatonna Public Library with Bonnie Krueger. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome back.
Hi.
Well,
good to have you here.
It is summer reading time.
It is.
Yes, and you have, it looks like from the pile of books there, quite a lot of books to show us. Things for us to read this summer when we're on vacation, or even if we're taking a vacation in our backyard in our hammock. Some really good summer reads. So
Right.
take it away.
Well, thank you. I always like to start with what I call beach reads, but like you said, staycations in the hammock in the backyard with a cool drink on your side
Oh, yes.
is you know, just wonderful. And in Minnesota, we appreciate it in the summer. Many people recognize Nancy Thayer as a regular author. Once again, she has a book with the setting in Nantucket. This one's about a memorable summer when flirtations flourish, family dramas play out, and scandalous secrets surface.
Oh, good. I love those kinds of books.
And at the end of the season, Darcy must decide if she will retreat to the comforts of her steady and secure island life or risk it all for a chance for true happiness. So
I read the book to find out what that true happiness is.
right, and I believe Darcy is a librarian. So
Aha! Great. Okay, so that's a good one to get started with. What's next?
next is Dorothea Benton Frank, and she's an old favorite too. Her settings are always the low country of South Carolina. And this one is kind of interesting. It's one enchanted summer, two couples begin a friendship that's going to last over 20 years and transform their lives. A chance meeting brings former sweethearts Adam and Eve, can you imagine those names?
Really?
Together again. And their respective spouses, Eliza and Carl, are with them at the time.
Oh dear, okay.
So guess what? There's sparks of jealousy, and but Eliza and Carl find out that they strike up their own friendship and flirt with unexpected attractions on their own. But year after year, they come back together.
Okay.
And they actually build a friendship that grows over the years as people mature and as our events in our lives transform us.
Okay.
And as their twilight years approach, they share things. So.
Oh, so this happens over a series of summers.
Which we've probably heard before or seen in movies. And
we have.
But,
we have.
You know,
but still,
it's a different twist.
It is, and you know what? You never know how often that actually does happen. I mean,
That's
it
true.
does.
It does.
Yes.
It does. So.
Okay.
And then the third beach read I have is A Million Little Things by Susan Mallory, and she's become quite popular. She started out as a paperback writer, and now she's doing hardcover. So see if you can follow this plot, okay?
Okay.
Zoe's best friend is so busy with her baby that she abandons their friendship. Zoe's new friend is Pam, which was her best friend's widowed mom. And the guy Zoe likes is her best friend's brother.
Okay.
And Zoe's father is seducing Pam. And oh, and now the best friend is annoyed with all of this.
Oh, gee.
Even though she's the one that started, you know. So this title is A Twisty Tale of Family Dynamics that explores what can go terribly, hysterically wrong when the line between friendship and family blurs.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So,
sounds like it's a quintuple drangle or something like that. All right. Well, that should be fun, especially for those people that like to keep track of multiple plots.
right. So.
All right. So those are our beach reads.
Right.
And
then I was so excited because we have so many wonderful Minnesota authors, and I have a bunch of those to share too.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if you recognize Lorna Landvik, but she hasn't written for a couple years, and all of a sudden here comes Once in a Blue Moon Lodge. And her readers might remember one of her first books was Patty Jane's House of Curl, that was set in a beauty salon. Well, that salon has now been sold, and Nora, the daughter, must figure out what to do.
Okay.
So this book continues with the wit and humor that is typical of Lorna Landvik, and you're left laughing and crying depending on the scene. And even though it's tied to that first one, don't feel you have to read it. This is a standalone
book. Good.
Too.
Good.
And so I'm excited to see her because I've seen her in person and she is just a stitch
really?
too.
And do you know where she lives in Minnesota?
Metro area.
Metro area. Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
Stillwater, maybe even. Lives in Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So. I don't know how many people recognize the name Dudley Riggs.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's Minnesotan and he created the Brave New Workshop in Minneapolis. So his book, Flying Funny, My Life Without a Net, is his autobiography. He actually got started in the circus and then vaudeville, and then developed improvisation in the form of comedy from that we saw him build through Brave New Workshop. Senator Al Franken wrote the foreword to this book.
Right.
And he actually performed there. And also Lorna Landvik was a cast member there. She also studied theater. She was in theater and has comedy on her side. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's just amazing how these people tie themselves together. I mentioned Al Franken. I don't have his book yet because it's coming out in a couple weeks, but he's written his book, Al Franken, Giant of the Senate. And that might be of interest to people this summer. It's about his unlikely campaign that had an even more improbable ending.
Absolutely. Who would have thought the person that was one of the main writers on Saturday Night Live would make it to the U.S. Senate?
Right.
And he's done, a remarkable job.
Yes,
he's really exceeded all of my expectations.
Right. So this is another Minnesota book from the Minnesota Historical Society Press, and I chose it because it's a fun one to look at if you don't care to read it. It's called Tempt Me, The Fine Art of Minnesota Cooking. But the fine art doesn't mean the cooking, it's actually the fine art within the book.
Oh,
because the book is all photos of the companies and products from Minnesota
over the years,
and it's arranged chronologically.
Oh, wow.
And how they've changed, but way back when this first started, how important packaging was to get people's attention. So even though there's recipes around them, they aren't necessarily the great gourmet dining, but overall it's just a wonderful, wonderful book to
just
enjoy.
From the photos that you've shown, I mean, it also shows how the art of advertising food products has changed as well.
Yes.
There's some really cool old vintage art posters in there. Great.
So this is fun, and once again, a relaxing summertime.
That'd be fun, especially if you don't want to, concentrate a lot on a plot.
Just kind of pick it up and put it down.
Put it down, okay. All right.
Then I chose this one. It's called Stars Over Clear Lake, which, yes, it means Iowa. And the author, Loretta Ellsworth, grew up in Mason City, Iowa. but she now lives in Lakeville. It's her first novel for adults, and this book is set kind of in the 1940s at the Surf Ballroom.
Oh, sure.
But it also evolves, and it's kind of a timeless history of love and loss in the American heartland during wartime. But to me, it kind of tied in with Minnesota, and it's so close to us that people will enjoy having that if they've been there to relive.
To kind of relive
Mason City and Clear Lake and the surf.
The surf ballroom. Excellent, excellent. And what else?
So this one I picked because right now I'm reading it on CD, which I do a lot of. I encourage all of you to try that if you haven't. It's great for trips during the summer, winter, anytime. Have a book going in your car.
Okay, sure.
Lisa Scottolini is one of my favorites. Her newest title is One Perfect Lie. And it's just amazing because I think I have it figured out, and then a new character comes in and I'm thinking, oh, that's the one that did it, or is going to do it, and whatever.
So this is kind of a mystery type thing?
Yeah, suspense, mystery.
Suspense, okay.
But it's not deep and dark, and you just want to keep reading and listening to it because you're wondering where it's going to go. So.
Okay.
So once again, I've chosen more books than we have time for.
I know, we've got about 30 seconds left, just briefly.
Condoleezza Rice has a new one out about democracy.
Okay.
This one is No Apparent Distress. It's from a doctor, and she shares how medical students in Texas practiced on poor people and how our medical system maybe taking advantage of that. Yeah, but then she chose to work in a free clinic and has turned it around.
Okay.
And even though I don't camp, this one caught my eye. It's Coleman's The Outdoor Adventure.
Oh, sweet.
It's a lot of one-pot dishes, but they look like gourmet meals. Just look at this food photography.
Ooh.
And don't you just want to, and I think I can do that in the grill, on my backyard, whatever.
Or your little Coleman grill that you carry along with you.
Right.
Wonderful.
So this is a fun one.
Lots and lots of good reads for the summer. And tell us now, what are your summer hours?
We are open 9 to 9, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday we're open 9 to 5.
Okay, great. So come on in, bring the family, bring the kids, especially school will be out very soon.
Right. This is our summer reading for the kids brochure.
Absolutely.
If you don't have this at home yet, pick one up here. There's programs every week for kids of all ages.
All right. Thank you so much, Bonnie. We appreciate you keeping us up on what's current in literature here.
Thank you.
And please stay with us. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and thanks so much for staying with us. We take some time for some community announcements. LTO announces its 2017-2018 play schedule. The fall play, Shrek the Musical, directed by Sandy Hardy Hagen. Holiday play, Memories, Moments, and Music, directed by Kathy Purdy and Gayleen Seckelberg. The winter play is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, directed by Jeffrey Jackson. The spring play, My Man Godfrey, a comedy directed by John Terrell. The summer play, Seussical, a musical directed by Bree Velsky. Movies in the park on the Friday, June 16th at Central Park. The rain date on the 17th will be Trolls. So grab a lawn chair and come down to the park and a blanket, and the movies will begin at sunset. Pre-movie activities will begin an hour before movie time, thanks to the sponsors, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Connie Knudsen, and Go for Sport. And that does it for our show for today. And because Monday is Memorial Day, there will not be an Owatonna Today Show. So we will say best wishes for a good Memorial Day weekend. But see you back here on Wednesday next with Darla Lager and William Morris. Thanks again for being with us. Happy Memorial Day.